Many thanks for choosing us. Let's start from Parliament, where there's been chaotic scenes this week over the approval of the 2022 budget. The House has set up a 20-member committee to resolve the stalemate. Leadership of the House have themselves acknowledged that the recent developments don't augur well for parliamentary democracy and the need to build consensus. The minority on Friday voted to reject the policy document amid claims it will further impose hardships on the ordinary Ghanaian due to the introduction of what has been described as obnoxious taxes. However, the majority group on Tuesday set aside the ruling of Alban Bagbin, Speaker of Parliament, affirming the rejection of the budget last week, Friday. The minority, who were unhappy with the move, also filed a motion of rescission in an attempt to throw out the approval of the budget by the MPP caucus and its ruling on the motion by the NDC MPs challenging the approval of the policy document. First Deputy Speaker Joseph Owusu argued as an MP he enjoyed privileges of the deputy and not clothed with the full powers of a speaker. Now, this led to chaotic scenes in the chamber with some unhappy minority MPs attempting to snatch the speaker's chair. Ghanaians who have been left unhappy with the development have criticized the MPs for their unruly behavior.
When it comes to the question of voting, it is very clear. Anytime any of the deputy speakers or any other member elected to preside is in the chair, that member does not vote. That has never been in dispute. Anytime a member is presiding, either a deputy speaker or a member who by necessity is elected from among members to preside, that person does not vote. He's debating. We are debating. Who was that? Shut up! You should shut up, brother. Who was that? Can the messenger find that person and invoke him out? So, honorable members, let me put on record that I am a member of Parliament. I was counted to make the motion, and that was suspended in this house. What are you doing? You don't rule on it. You have to take a decision. I did not vote. Tell me in the standard of what is therefore the application. He cannot rule. He cannot rule on an that is before the house. No. How can he rule on the motion? He cannot rule on the motion before the house. How can he rule? So as the standard. Honourable members, sitting is suspended for 1 hour. You are not a speaker.
The Parliamentary Service says it is working to resolve the disagreement. Director of Public Affairs, Kate Addo, who is unhappy with the recent developments, has rendered an unqualified apology to the general public, adding there are ongoing talks to settle the impasse.
The opportunity, and obviously everybody is anxious to see an end to what he described as the impasse. It's been a very stressful few days. But we want to assure everybody that, as I'm sure everyone is aware of, this is in the best interest of the country. All the parts that are agreeing or disagreeing are doing so based on very deep convictions that have to do with the public interest, and that is what is paramount. We recognize that there have been issues that the public is anxiously waiting to see a resolution, and Parliament finally coming out with solutions to what seems to be major disagreements at the moment. We can, as Parliament, we can assure the citizens that we are working on ensuring that as soon as possible, as soon as practicable, we'll be able to put together a resolution that will serve the interest of each and every Ghanaian. And that is what we are working for. That's what the Parliament, institution of Parliament was actually set up for. And so as soon as possible, Parliament is going to come out with the final resolution to the matter. I can assure you that the leaders, the relevant actors in the game are working together to ensure that they are able to come to some consensus for work in the Parliament to go on. This is the 8th Parliament of the Fourth Republic. 4 times 8 is 24 years. We've come a long way. We are very jealous of the gains that we've made as an institution. We are not about to not let those gains mean something to us. And so would like to assure everybody that as soon as possible, Parliament is coming out with some resolution to the matter, and the relevant people are speaking to each other. And we are hoping for a resolution.
How soon is this resolution going to be?
Well, they are talking, and that is the good thing. Yesterday they were in consultations, and today I know that they are in further consultations as soon as possible. These are issues that have to do with oversight, and it's at the core of what Parliament does. And so it's imperative that every I is dotted and every T is properly crossed. And that's why we are seeing what we are seeing. But I would also like to take the opportunity to explain that the work of Parliament, not just in Ghana, but in Africa, the world over, tend to be sometimes very forceful, especially when people have convictions that they stand by. And so while what is happening may not be the best, it is not out of the ordinary in parliamentary practices the world over. We pray that we don't see things like that in our Parliament. But when they happen, or if they happen, I think it's best to know that everything is being done with the utmost interest of the public at heart. We apologize for what may not sit well with people, and we promise that as much as possible, we will work bearing in mind the nuances and the cultural sensibilities of the people that we serve.
Once again,